Giants, right? As we watch the Dodgers open up the season. Fleming had a lot to say yesterday.
He was
had
spicy.
a lot today. He was. He feels. We asked Flem, how would you rate their offseason? Here's what Dave Fleming had to say about it.
I mean, I think it's indisputable they've had a great offseason. I do. And look, Chapman, even just being down there this last weekend, basically Chapman's first full weekend of actually playing games, he's just such a well-respected guy that it does sort of change the look of not just the lineup and what it looks like when they're out in the field, but I think you're walking around that clubhouse and everybody's feeling a little different having Matt Chapman aboard. So, yeah, they've had a really good offseason.
Can we get into Chapman for just one brief moment? Look, the bat is gonna what's gonna separate him here. We know the glove's really, really good, right? We need the bat to step up, right? We need a full season. We need him to hit jacks. He needs to be clutch. Like, the bat is gonna be the barometer. But he made a play last night. They're shifting everybody over. He's kind of like in the 6.5 hole in between third and short. And it's a lefty up, and the guy hits one down the line or toward the line, and he backhands and throws on the run. It's a play I haven't seen any third baseman make, and I'm not trying to diminish Longoria. He was an excellent defensive third baseman. Even Pablo was underrated defensively at third base. But that's a play on the run that I just have not seen a Giants guy make at third base.
On the ground, and Chapman's going to come up with it, and his off-balance throw is
no way. What did we just witness?
I mean, he's
pitch, right?
He's throwing on the run like he's Mahomes evading a sack, going toward foul territory.
Can you play that again? Can you play that one more time? I want to hear Hunter Pitts.
On the ground, and Chapman's going to come up with it, and his off-balance throw is
no way. What did we just witness?
And it was like almost like it was like Chapman himself was like, yeah, this is what I do. Look,
it is what he does. That's exactly what he does. He does that every game, every day, for the entirety of his major league career. That's what he does. That's what he does. We know about the arm. Third base defense is going to be great. Now, what is he going to do at the plate?
Yes.
Because I need a little more than 240 batting average.
Absolutely.
I need a little more than 17 home runs.
OBP's got to be better.
Oh, yep. On base percentage has to be a lot better. RBIs. I need a little more RBIs, but a lot of people say he had the messed up finger, so that had a lot to. We had who do we have on?
That was the Toronto
Buck Martinez. Yeah, Buck Martinez. Oh, Buck with that great voice. It hurt him. So he got off to. Let's see what Matt Chapman does here. I'm excited. I'm getting more and more excited about that signing because it complements his Soler signing. It complements Jug Hooley. Now, if you just signed Matt Chapman and Blake Snell, you didn't have Soler, I'd be like, whatever. You look like the same team.
Yeah.
But now when you add other thump, and other power, more speed around him, and then what happens if this guy gets going? This is the youngster we've all forgotten about. We're all talking about Patrick Bailey. We're all talking about Kyle Harrison. We're all talking about Marco Luciano. But what about this guy who batted second in his first ever game with the Giants out in St. Louis, Luis Matos?
So, Matos catches a break. High drive to left. Headed to the bullpen. Out of here. Hey, the kid's got another one. And that's his fourth of the year.
Matos. I'm saying I haven't given up on this kid yet. I think this kid has a lot of talent. I think he should have batted at the top of the order last year, or last season, I should say. Now, the outfield's crowded. There's no doubt. We know Jug Hooley's going to patrol center field. Mike Yastrzemski's probably going to be here right with their archways. You're going to have Slates, but there's Conforto. But what about Matos?
Well, it's interesting. When you look at physically, the guy does not look like a kid anymore. He looks like a grown man. I mean, he's piped. He put on unbelievable bulk when it comes to the upper body, and that kind of blows me away in a short period of time. But I'm looking at it right here. He's got twice as many hits as he does strikeouts. Now, I know it's spring training. I'm not going to live and die on the numbers, but he's got 4 homers and 5 doubles. That's 9 of his 11 hits. You want to talk about gap power, and you want to talk about being able to drive the ball. This is a guy last year who was warning track guy. You know, it's one of the worst things you can be. Pop-up warning track guy. No one wants that guy on their team. So if this guy's going to hit for gap power, I think that plays in our ballpark. And I'm just looking at it right now, and you brought up this guy. Like, I'm sorry. If Conforto cannot play defense legitimately in left field, I think Matos has an opportunity to take that spot by May. I really do.
I'm with you. I want to see this kid play. I want to see him play. I think this kid has a lot of talent. He looks a lot stronger. He looks physically fit. I think he could be a problem for opposing pitchers. I think this kid's got talent. I wouldn't give up on him quite yet. In this Giants team, what should the expectation be, Giants fans, for the Golden State Warriors? What should the expectation be? Here's Flynn. He's setting a high bar. Dave Flynn set the tone yesterday for the season. Here's what Flynn had to say about the Giants in the NL West.
Forget this talk about the wild card only. Like, forget that. Go take a shot at the big boys.
Ooh.
Like, I don't want to hear this. Yeah, they can sneak in, or that's BS, man. The attitude of this franchise should always be to take down that team, and that's what the rivalry means. I don't care who they sign. I don't care how much money they paid. You line up those two teams on the field next to one another, and I dare you to tell me that they're a whole lot better than the Giants are. I don't believe that. The Giants can go toe-to-toe with that team. They can.
So now the mindset is starting to flip, and this is what I like. I'm not one of those guys, Shasky, you know me well. I'm not with, hey, let's just have a good season, see where it goes.
Matt Beatty.
I love when a team, Matt Beatty.
That's BS, man.
When an organization comes out and says, this is why I love the Warriors so much and why I love the Niners so much. Because the expectation is to win.
Yes.
Our setting is, if we do not win, it's disappointing. I could roll with that. With the players that you have, I love that. Championship or bust mentality. I love that. Now the Giants starting to flip it to, hey, it's nothing like it to, we could challenge the Dodgers. Well, you know what? They were 6-7 against the Dodgers last year, quietly. They played the Dodgers. Did they sweep the Dodgers down at Dodger Stadium last year? If I'm not mistaken, they swept them.
And then was that backed up with them sweeping us?
Yeah, maybe. Or
that what it happened?
That was the weekend they beat them like 15-2 on like that Sunday afternoon down at Dodger Stadium.
So, I mean, 6-7 against the Dodgers.
Well,
why not point to the Dodgers and say, you know what? Take your Shohei. Take your Freddie Freeman. Take your Mookie Betts. Take your freaking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Take your freaking Max Muncy, the Giants killer. We're coming for you. Got Snell. We got Harrison. I'm not mad at that mindset, Shasky. I'm really not.
No, I actually love that mindset. I just look at the infrastructure that they have in place right now with all those veterans that you keep referencing. And then when you are supplementing it, and you're taking less off the plate of, or you're taking more off the plate of a Patrick Bailey, a Luis Matos, who hopefully will get called up at some point, and then eventually Kyle Harrison in the rotation, and you're going to have a guy in reinforcements of Robbie Ray in July if that youngster needs to skip a couple of starts because of innings logged. I think that they have a really nice infrastructure to compete all year long. When I look at what's kind of failed them the last few years, they've ran out of pitching by August. It's just they just have, like, how many openers the last 2 years?
Yeah, it's too much.
It's drove everyone crazy.
Well, I'm glad Brandon Cadiz on YouTube, he brought this up. And I was thinking about this in the break. I honestly was. I was going to bring this up in the 7 o'clock hour, but it's 7 o'clock right now. Brandon Cadiz, I think no one is really talking about the bullpen. If our pitchers go 5, that bullpen is underrated. You brought up Ryan Walker. Now he could go pitch in the 6th inning.
Yes.
The Rogers brothers, we were not on them early on in their tenure. Those guys can pitch.
Yeah.
Those guys are legit.
And very diverse, both.
Very diverse. Camilo Duvall, you get him in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
You got a lot of arms here in this bullpen that if you do get to the 6th inning and you hand the ball over with the lead, got one of the better bullpens in the National League West. Now, the entire NL, I got to look at the landscape of the league. I'm not sure a lot of teams can compete with the Giants bullpen. They've been able to hang their hat on that. Farhan has done a good job of finding guys who can get 3 outs in an inning. This bullpen is underrated. And if you can get Harrison and Snell, you get Logan Webb, you get them going at least 6.
Yeah.
Good night, Irene. You're winning the game. You're winning the game.
No, you're right. I think they do have a really nice bullpen. And when you look at what's done that bullpen in, to your point, it's the lack of starting pitching.
Yeah.
And you're just getting absolutely depleted.
Right.
I mean, how many times did we watch Jacob Junis, who's a solid bullpen guy, get utilized in that starter role or opener role, whatever, swing role? And it's like, that takes away. So I look at someone like Tristan Beck, who's out right now. When he comes back, that gives me a guy who I could stretch out, I could spot start. I just think it makes everything deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you add Robbie Ray into the mix as the arms are getting tired. Maybe you go 6-man rotation. I'm with you on it. And
Luke Jackson, we didn't get to see him much last year.
Luke Jackson's an intriguing guy.
He's an intriguing arm.
He is an intriguing guy. Well, and so you brought up Ryan Walker. He's kind of got a frisbee kind of throw. And then you got, obviously, Tyler Rogers, submariner. You got the over-the-top lefty, his brother. You got Camilo throwing right-handed cheddar. They've got different looks, too. And I think that really messes with hitters.
Jordan Hicks, what's his role going to be?
He's kind of a wild card for me.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, what's he going to look like as a starter? And if it doesn't work as a starter, now you're forced to put him in the bullpen. But he does blow 100.
Yeah, can he be my bridge guy? Is he a guy that you want to play every day? Do you want to play him pitch him every 5 days? But I do feel a lot better about the bullpen if they do get the ball to the bullpen. But Kyle Harrison, I mean, Flip came out right away. Just said, set the bar high. Set the bar hard. So, look at him just gush about Kyle Harrison.
Kyle has his mentor in Logan Webb, and he's got a guy to really watch closely in Blake Snell to figure out, how he's doing it with similar kind of stuff. And I do think, Kyle Harrison gets kind of lost in the shuffle with all these moves. I think Kyle is poised to have a great year. I mean, look, you never know, young guys, young pitchers, but gosh, I of all the players in camp, of everything that's happened this spring, his performance has maybe been the most exciting. I think Kyle Harrison could be awesome this year.
And Flip, really? You really think he could be awesome?
Set the bar high. It should be. He should have high expectations for himself too. He's that talented and he's super motivated to be great. I mean, look, the dirty secret in pro sports is even with all the money on the line, not everybody is the same level of motivated. And Kyle Harrison is he wants to be great. So I think the combo of his aptitude, the stuff, the way he's looked this spring, I have big expectations for Kyle.
So this segment is sponsored by Golden State Lumber, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. High expectations for the local kid, Kyle Harrison.
So, I mean, I'm looking at his game logs from last year. The guy went 6 1/3 in his second start. He got into the 6th inning. In the next 2 starts after that, he only went the 4 innings against Cleveland, into the 6th inning against the Dodgers, into the 6th inning against the Dodgers. And that's at the end of a year, pitching the most amount of innings he had ever pitched to that point in his professional career. I mean, these are all late August, early September, into October starts. So to your point about expectations and everything, I just would tell everyone, he's 22. He doesn't have a long track record.
Right.
This is the bigs. You're going to get your teeth kicked in at times. But I'm excited for the guy, man. Like, he does have electric stuff, and he's only got 9 innings in the spring thus far. He looks good. ERAs are like under 1.2. He looks good. You want to see your young players get off to a hot start, and I think having Blake Snell, moving him into favorable matchups where, you get into day 3, day 4 of a series, and maybe there's more platooning, there's more resting going on, because we know guys rest now more than ever. He's going to get advantageous opportunities against lesser opponents.
Yeah,
I like him not being your number 2 heading into the season. I mean, shoot, if Cobb comes back, maybe he's your 4.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I love that.
That's fine. But if he's your 4, that means things are going well. Cobb had a very solid season last year.
Cobb was awesome.
Can I count on him to be healthy for 6 months? I don't know.
He's an old guy.
Right, he's an older guy. The name Jordan Montgomery is intriguing to me. I've always liked Jordan Montgomery.
I'd add him.
He's a National League type of pitcher to me, not an American League type of pitcher. But I guess that really doesn't matter now that you have universal DH.
I get what you're saying.
Know what I'm saying? But he feels like an old school National League pitcher. I don't know. Jordan Montgomery, if the starters do get off to a rough start, maybe that's an option for the Giants.